Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, long time no seen. Hot here. Anyway. But what can I talk about? First of all, did you see Richie?
Yeah.
Tom, did you see Richie?
Yeah.
That was fun. It was not fun. I have to say, it was a little bit. I was a little bit melancholic. The best description I've heard is from Andy Edwards. he brought it to the point what this was about. But anyway, it was a great gesture. Let's say this. Richie Blackmore again with the Mark II boys together on stage. Maybe the last time. Yeah, Richie. For me, Richie was also, for many of us, but for me especially, was Richie the biggest influence ever. I am a little bit older, so I saw him in the year 1970 in the Wiener Stadthalle. It was a big event, and it was an accident because normally I think there were lots of bands, Black Sabbath, Rory Gallagher, Family, Rod Stewart, but Rod Stewart didn't make it, whatever reason, and then Deep Purple filled in. Nobody knew it before, and so I think they were the headliners on the last evening. It was 2 days, and I was flashed. Everybody was, because that was the best days of this group. Richie, he did everything. He invented everything on guitar you can imagine. Was really great. Was really, really great. He was the best ever. On this gig with the boys, it was okay. He played Smoke on the Water, did his job. Then had a few jokes with Iron Gillen and then left. And let's hope he has a few years left and his health gets even not better, not worse. Okay, we all are older, aren't we, Tom?
Yeah. Too fast.
So that's second part of getting older is reducing volume of our lovely big old amps, which I normally don't do because I normally play on a clean amp with pedals anyway, quite with a little bit of headroom, so I prefer, I think I told it a few times, I prefer this 100 watt, in this case the 45-100, but on clean. And I have, but I will show you if there is a difference. There is a difference if you crank the amp a little bit, which would be maybe too loud for today's standards, but reduce it with a silencer, the tube amp Dr. silencer, which I've got, which is a good one. You have to be careful with these power soaks. Dangerous. Some of them ruin the sound a little bit, some of them ruin even the amp, but the tube amp Dr. silencer is perfect. I will show you. Now it's in the line between speaker and amp, but on full. And the amp is, let's say, normal stage level, which is about 2. Which means clean. Beautiful clean. But if you want a little bit crunch, you have to think about, let's say, stacking pedals or having a heavier distortion like I, with my tubes. But let's try it with a little bit more volume and reducing it with the silencer. 2 steps down. Let's try 3. It's better. Even you can, you have a little bit EQ on this silencer. You can, you have, it's called bite and punch, which means if you say on the less volume, you could lose a little bit of the punch. You could make it up with the silencer. Two steps or bite. I prefer it without the boosting because I don't turn it down too much. If you would turn down it, let's say, 16 steps, that would be too much. But this in the first or second, third reduce stage, you don't need this filter, I would say. Let's try it really cranked. Let's say that's the way Jimmy played it, because this amp is the Jimi Hendrix Marshall. It's really cranked and bass would say 0. Everything else but about noon. And then, like Jimmy did it, maybe try a fuzz. Normally I would use my prescription electronics COB, but that's also interesting because they are hard to get, the octave blender, so I have some options. DS, a German brand, I would say, which makes a really good clone of this. Listen. That's the octave, but if you turn down the octave and make it so to say neutral, then you have the fuzz only. But I prefer not really cranking the amp, but putting a distortion. That for me is best of both worlds, because it's not really very crunchy, the amp, so I can use, if I want to, delay or some other effects. But it has a little bit more punch than without the power soak. And very low volume. Gets cleaner, so depends really on what you like, because sometimes the really biggest headroom is the best. Especially if you have more than one overdrive and can make gain staging. I would say, if it's really dangerous, the level you present on stage, which could be with a 100-watt amp, then the silencer would be helpful, because let's say on a not bedroom, but on a silent stage or very low volume stage, you have to turn on the amp on one, and that's not enough. Then the amp is not living. You have to get it to live a little bit, and if it's too loud, then you have the silencer. I would say beginning with 3 on the volume, we are talking. It's the punch. You lose the punch if you turn a 100-watt amp on one or two. Anyway, you can help yourself with fooling around on your pedals, but nothing beats a working power amp. And it's still clean. Anyway, you have to find your sweet spot, and that's the rule. But with a silencer, together with your pedals and gain staging, and you are on the safe side, because there is no level which sounds bad. Let's say it this way. It's not necessary if you play clean, but it's a good option if you want your really greatest kind of cranked amp sound, let's say. No, I'm really impressed with the Tube Amp Doctor, because, as I said, I think I had the first one, the Tom Scholz Power Soak, and that was not really cool. Besides of it killed the amp sometimes, because you have to be careful with these gadgets, because for the impedance, very dangerous. Yeah, and the second component is cranking an amp means tubes are working very hard, and everything gets a little bit direction danger zone. So you are on the best side if you turn your amp on a very, very low level, then you are safe. But there are some, maybe you are not so happy with the sound. Yeah, and there are amps, not this one, but there are amps, they don't sound good on 2 or 3. A normal Marshall Super Lead sounds horrible. You have to turn on the volume, let's say at least at 4, 5, 6, then it begins to sound normal. Everything below is, because of the bright cap, awful. Okay, we had this, I think, in a few videos. You can help with the second channel or with the EQ, but it's not so easy. With this wonderful amp, it's no problem, because there's a sort of a bright cap on the Brilliant channel, but it's not bad. Really not bad. Let's try again with 9 o'clock. Sounds good, but maybe that's also a little bit loud, because 9 o'clock on 100 watt is it's for nowadays it's a little bit loud. Yeah, but this I would recommend this DS brand. They have a lot of clones, because I told it oftentimes. The COB is a great octave fuzz, and this clone is really good. Okay, would say enough for today. See you next time, and Richie.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.